let's take a look at the figure I didn't know I needed, Mecha Frieza. And yeah, of course, we're gonna do some backstory because that's what this show is. And no, this time we're not doing the intro. We're looking straight at the box. Taking a look at the front of the box, got a nice image of that Mecha Frieza right there. Got another image of him. It's SH Figure Arts box. You get images of the figure and you get sneak peeks as to what's inside, but these words are in the way, so you can't really probably see it in the video. And hopefully I got my lighting right. Anyway, side of the box, we get some cool images. We get a fist, we get Frieza's face, and we get a foot. Some of you guys like feet. How about these feet? Bad joke. Moving on. Back of the box, a lot of images of the figure. No sneak peek for any of the figures that are coming out. Wish they would have included that King Cooler. Is that his name? Hey Siri, what is the name of Frieza's dad?
Frieza's father is King Cold.
Okay. I wish we got an image of that King Cold. Technology. But hey, let's do the do and say those two magic words.
Oh, baby.
As you can see, we get a lot of heads, extra body parts. We're gonna have to put some stuff together, which is awesome. Plus, we get a stand. Come on, finally a premium SH Figure Arts with some premium stuff. Like this circle stand. If this doesn't say premium to you, then you're just smart, because it's a plastic stand. This should be in all the figures. Got this on a ball peg, which is awesome. It'll move around. And there we go. That's the stand. We'll take a look at that later because I'm sure we'll need it. But first, let's look at the figure. Got to get this stuff out the way. I don't know whether to keep this stuff or not. Do you guys keep your plastic? I guess it's good if you want to resell it, but for first glance, checking out this Frieza, a lot of shiny metal, which is making it really hard with all these lights that I have on to like really set it up. And some a-holes are gonna leave a comment of like, hey, you need to get better lights, bro. Well, buy them for me. Tell me to get better lights. You got light money? I'm buying all these toys. Come on, man. Enjoy it. Sheesh. First impressions of this figure, I'm really liking all of the extra parts that are on here. This purple's cool. Like I'll do a comparison a little bit later with that original fourth form Frieza, because this guy looks a little bit bulkier and a little bit more to scale of what I wanted. That other fourth form Frieza is pretty tiny. Love the matte black finish on the top here, on his arms and whatnot. Looks like we don't have the tail on. It's a little metal tail with some articulation on it. Let's get this guy on there, pop it on. Yeah. Okay, not sure which way this goes. All right, there you go. Nice little look at the tail on the figure. And honestly, I kept pushing to get it in there because I feel like the peg needs to fit further in there because there's this gap on there. But maybe that's just for the articulation. It looks fine if you have it at a certain angle, but to tell. The shoulder pads right here, I'm just noticing they go side to side. It's kind of cool. I think this one does it too. That's different. I guess that would add for a little bit more articulation for the dude. Arms come up a little bit more than a T. Get good like front to back action on it, and head will move all the way around, which is just noticing that like as I'm moving the head around, got a little silver on his chin. I really like how they incorporated in the design like that, the shields. I guess Akira Toriyama, I like the way he incorporated this design and the shields. Like still putting the shields within these metal robot legs is a real nice touch that he did. Even for the crotch piece, could have just been metal. So I'm not sure if that portion's organic or robotic. It's protecting something. But yeah, the articulation on this dude is really fun. Like it's really like solid and it's really fluid. Can't get much of a split out of him, but I wasn't really expecting it. So these arms just kind of move around all different ways. You would probably really get some cool poses out of it. It's kind of a buff Frieza. Like I need to get that fourth form Frieza. Hold on a sec, I'm gonna get him. All right, here we go. I got this fourth form Frieza. This is more the old school one, which I have that newer release that was a little bit cheaper that came out recently. I think they're up for pre-order right now as well. But that thing kind of fell apart on me. Like his back fell apart. I think the big difference on those is like that skin tone, which I'll get that one too. So here's what I was talking about. The dude fell apart on me. Like his back kept coming off, which you can put back on pretty easily. My biggest issue I had with this original fourth form Frieza was this little peg right here. Like these kind of joints keep coming off, and I can't find anybody that makes neck pegs for these, like for replacement. So I just have to wait till another one comes out. But I got the body out for comparison at least. Let's do that. This Frieza body matches more of this new release, even though like the purple that's in the center there is a little bit more like shinier metallic. There in the center, this is a nice matte. And then this original release of Frieza that came out a long time ago has a little bit of blue shading paint on here, so the body's a little bit different. So this depends how you're gonna want to display your different Friezas. I personally am about to build up all the Frieza's forms, which is cool. But as you can see, this Mecha Frieza is beefier and bulkier, and personally a little bit better scale to me than what this fourth form Frieza is. But I'll put this old one away nicely because that's a little bit more expensive. And this junk, Bye. I'm pretty sure I'll get some comments about throwing that Frieza. Like, bro, what are you doing? I know, I'll regret it later. Nice paintwork. Once again, the shiny silver that's on here really glistens and gleams mixed with the matte. I really dig it. Some people won't like the matte. I like the mix of the matte and the silver. That really makes the silver shine. I mean, if you have metal parts on your body, they're going to be a little bit shinier than the rest of you, and it makes sense. You got these teal little dots there on the side, all these knobs. There's even stitching on the back of his head here for the metal, which is really cool. There's a lot of detail on here, little bolts, and you got these little like screw points that really look good. Like, they don't mess up the aesthetic. They look good. Like, they're really nice. The joints on the elbow even look good. Like, this is a good looking figure. This is gonna be fun to pose. This guy comes with 4, technically 5 different heads. The face on the figure itself is a little bit of a smirking face. We get this face expression with he's just like laughing at somebody in their face. And then we get this yelling face right here. All in all, looks pretty good. I mean, all the details on all these heads are really cool. And I just noticed that there's something right here that comes off. So let's take a look at that. Looks like this little piece right here that was on the original head comes off. And then if you switch a head, you have to switch this piece just like so. Which, I mean, weird. I guess that's the way to save on money. Like, how much does it cost to print out one of these? Like, it's not even like an extra feature. Like, now I have to worry about losing something, and it's gonna make it even worse when I do my poses. I'm gonna have to keep taking that off and like switching out between each and every one of them. And I'm sure I'm gonna forget to do it on one of them. That's a pain in the mecha ass. So that's what that is. Then we get one more head, which comes on a special body, but you know how I do it? I give a little backstory before I reveal something. Basically, after Goku defeated Frieza on planet Namek, everybody thought Frieza was dead, but apparently he was still able to survive the blast somehow. And then his dad, King Cold, found him, put him back together, and then he shows up on Earth a year later. Storylines, plot lines. And then the big bad that we spent a whole season or 2 watching and fearing and being the most powerful person ever is defeated in like 5 seconds by Future Trunks with the sword. Which, where was that sword? It's just a sword. These power levels are confusing every single time. But Future Trunks comes, cuts Mecha Frieza in half, and that's why we got this little body right here, which is a really cool display piece. It's him in half, his body splitting away from itself. I mean, it just looks really cool with all those details on there. And look, this little headpiece, it's stuck. They did it to this one, but couldn't do it to the other ones. But this body too, nice detail. You got a little scar right here. One thing that is going to be a little bit annoying to have it displayed, you're going to have to take off the arms and legs off of this other figure, which they come off pretty easy, which is cool. But do they pop on easy? That's the question. All right, got that leg on there. Not too bad. Like, I'll be honest, this isn't the easiest thing I've ever done. It's a little difficult. I'm not hearing any pops in it, which, listen, I want to hear a pop. When I put something on, I want to hear a pop. Make it pop, Frieza. Make it pop. There we go. That's a nice little pop for that arm. And then this arm right here. And the thing about it is, since he is in this like pose, like there's only going to be like so much you can do with this extra body. Like, it's one pose you get out of it. It's him bent up, and then you get a little articulation. You can decide how you want to put the arms, bend the legs up or down or whatever. Then you get that little stand, and there's a little piece here on the back of this figure, so you can place your Frieza on and display him with your Trunks, cutting him in half if you have that Trunks figure. Which is, look, if you weren't aware, they did re-release that Trunks figure. Like, the original figure that came out had some issues with the arm. This new release has that fixed. I don't know if I should do a separate review on that. Let me know down in the comments. And don't forget, we do get some extra hands for the figure as well. We got 4 different pairs of hands. You get those fists that come on the figure. You get these 2 open palm hands that are on here. 1 of each color, of course, for each arm. You get the metal one, and then you get the more organic skin tone color one. You get some curled up hands as well. And you get some pointy fingers, which are pretty cool. Now, here's what I would have liked to seen with this figure. I mean, it might have been a little bit too much to ask, but it would have been nice just to get an extra pair of arms and legs and a tail for this other figure, so it felt like you got 2 figures. Now, a lot of third parties make a lot of different things out there, so if you know about anybody making arms and legs, or if you got a 3D printer, make an extra pair of arm and legs for this guy. I mean, there's some money in it. I'd buy it. And that's pretty much what I think is lacking on this figure, is an extra pair of arms and legs, and also an extra pair pair of cross arms to go with this figure because we're getting that King Cold figure pretty soon, and I kind of want to pose him with his arms crossed, but maybe it's not a huge deal. This was a premium Bandai pre-order purchase, so it's going to be hard to get the figure out there. Maybe you'll be able to find it on the second market. Maybe stores like Big Bad Toy Store will have some restock at some point. Who knows? I mean, Tamashii Nation has been doing a lot of restocks lately on a lot of their stuff, so hopefully in the future, if you didn't have a chance to get it, you'll have that chance. This is the channel's second Frieza review, technically third. If you haven't seen my first form Frieza review where I teamed up with Nostalgia Unbox to help him review his fourth form Frieza, you're gonna want to check out this video right here. And if you're trying to find out about new figures and haven't seen my Sandland figure, that's my favorite figure so far I have. Check out this video right here. Appreciate you guys stopping by. See you guys next time.